Hey guys, today I wanted to do an advice type of video with you and just kind of chat with you. I'm just kind of like sitting here chill, and I just wanted to do a video that has been requested a lot of times. It's about peer pressure, drugs, alcohol, I guess more geared towards underage drinking like in high school or your first couple years in college. So I asked you guys to ask me questions on Twitter and Instagram to kind of give me topics to talk about that you might need advice on for this video. So I'm going to answer some of those questions, just throw in some advice here and there, and I hope you guys find this video helpful. And if you have anything more either personal or you don't want to ask it on YouTube, feel free to email me whenever. I answer every single email I get unless it goes to like my junk mail, but sometimes it takes a little while, but I promise I will get to all of them. So if you ever have any advice questions, just email me. The first question is from Kelsey Collins 98, and she asked, what should you do if someone is persistently pressuring you to do drugs or alcohol? Really depends on who the person is. Is this person a relevant part of your life? Are they someone you are friends with? Are they someone you're close friends with? If there's somebody that you could really care less about, I would say ignore them. Tell them to stop. If they don't, just straight out ignore them. But if they want to continue talking to you even when you're ignoring them, that's kind of their own issue, weird issue. If it's a close friend and they maybe want you to drink with them all the time, you should, if you really do not want to, say, look, this is why I don't want to, I don't care, or maybe you do care if they do, and just be honest with them, explain it to them. But if they don't respect your wishes, they're not a real friend. There are plenty of people out there who will not judge you one way or the other, so I wouldn't worry too much. Just explain to them maybe your side of the things, tell them that it bothers you, that they keep pressuring you to do it. So that's what I could say about that. Also, if you guys have any advice to throw in, just leave it in the comments down below. Andrea Mayer 5 asks, what do you do when a family member is addicted to alcohol but doesn't believe she has a problem, so you can't help them? That's a really hard one. I know a lot of adults struggle with it. A lot of adults don't want to accept it. If this person's close to you, maybe it's your mom or somebody, really try talking to them first. I think communication is kind of key. Tell them that you don't want them to ruin your life, that you want them to be in your life and they can lose you if they continue to choose alcohol. Tell them that it would mean the world to you if they could get help, that you think they do. But I think the key for that is the person themselves needs to realize there's an issue. If they never accept that they have an issue, then they're never going to be able to fix it or go to AA meetings or anything like that. So it's more, you could support them, you can try to talk to them, but ultimately it's going to be them who kind of, you know, either they are going to choose to accept they have a problem or not. And sometimes there's just as much as you could do, you can't help them. You might want to try to tell them that, you know, your relationship with them is struggling, but just try to get their mind on other things. Try talking to them. If that's not going to work, they really need to kind of work on that themselves. India Zane asks, would you personally be friends with someone who does drugs? Were you ever pressured to do drugs, and do you ever do drugs or drink? Okay, let's start with the first one. Would I ever be friends with a person who does drugs? I would. I wouldn't choose to be around them when they are doing drugs, but in high school I knew so many people that, you know, are good people, but they choose to like smoke weed or something like that. And I wasn't friends with anybody who did like hardcore drugs or anything like that. I'd say the biggest thing in high school is probably marijuana. And quite honestly, I do think it's going to be legalized sometime in the near future. I almost rather a person be driving a car under the influence of marijuana as opposed to under the influence of alcohol. I think alcohol could actually impair you worse. You know, it might be something that's really important to you that you don't associate with that, but I don't think they have to bring it around you. I think they could be fun, normal, just like you. Now, was I ever pressured to do drugs? No, actually I have never been really pressured to do drugs or anything like that. nor have I ever tried drugs for any of you interested or whatever. I always try to be honest with you guys. Would I? You know, I feel like I would probably try everything once, not like serious drugs, but I'd probably try marijuana one time in the future sometime, maybe if it's legalized or whatever. I would probably try a cigar or whatever just to kind of see what it's like. But it's not something in me that I'd want to continuously do or even come to the point where I would like depend on it and spend money on it all the time. I'd probably freak out and be too scared to try it though. But so did you ever do any drugs or drink? So like I said, never done any drugs. Probably would try it once in my life. Have I ever drank? I have drank before. Not a big fan. It's just not my kind of thing. It's not something I prefer to do. But I mean, I think a lot of people have tried alcohol at some point or another when they're underage. I mean, I know when I was younger, like I was probably like younger than 10 when I tried like a sip of beer, and I was like always like, ew, it's the most disgusting thing ever, and I still cannot stand the taste of it. But there's some like that don't really taste all that bad. It's just not something I'm totally into, and you'll find that. You'll find some people like to drink all the time, and you'll also find both in college and high school, you know, you might think like, oh, your friends are drinking, all your friends love to do it, but you will find that some people don't. My kind of thing is you do you, I'll do me. I don't care if you like to drink, I don't care if you don't like to drink. As long as you're a good person, you're respectful, you're safe when you're drinking, that's fine with me, and I'll love you no matter what. Hunger Games, Holly asks, my friends want me to get drunk, but I don't want to. What should I do? If you don't want to, do not do it. And just tell them, look, I don't want to. Maybe one day, but not now. I just don't want to. And if they do not respect that, that's not the kind of friend you want to be around. There are plenty of people who will not care either way. Now, if you're at a party and you kind of feel like left out because everybody is drinking, I'd say get a cup and put Coke in it. Nobody's really going to come up to your cup and see if there's alcohol in it. They're not gonna know either way, and you don't have to pretend to be drunk to be cool. You don't have to. Just do what you are comfortable with doing. Don't let other people try to convince you otherwise. And on that note, if you are drinking, I'm not trying to be your mom here, but please be safe. Don't set your cup down anywhere, even if you're just at a high school party, but especially in college, or if you're out in public at a bar or something. Don't set it down. If you set it down, get a new drink. Keep your hand on your drink at all times. You don't want someone to just slip something in your drink, and I'm sure you're thinking, oh, that'll never happen to me. But all those people that it does happen to, I'm sure they don't think it's ever gonna happen to them either. So just be careful. Don't drink and drive. If you're drinking with your friends and you're underage, okay. Stay the night at your friend's house, whoever's having the party, if you're close friends with them, see if you could stay the night there. Have a designated driver in your group of friends. You could all take turns, or maybe even in pairs, so that one person isn't not drinking by themselves. Worst case scenario, I would call your parents. My mom has always told me like it's okay to drink if I'm at home or whatever. When I was in high school, she preferred that I didn't at like a party or something, but she was like, worst case scenario, call me. Like, I'd rather know that you're getting home safely and that you were drinking than that you drove home drunk. And I think 99% of your parents would feel the same way. Actually, hopefully 100%. They may be mad at you, but remind them that you chose to be responsible and call them. Even if they might be a little upset or never let you go out again, whatever, try to convince them that you were responsible and did the right thing, and just communicate with them. I don't want to see anything happen to any of you guys. So that was my little mom spiel. Okay, so I'm just gonna wrap this up by saying, just do what you want to do and be safe. If you don't want to drink, if you don't want to do drugs, don't let people pressure you, and don't let them boss you around. Find some new friends who are gonna be better for you, and it's okay if you do. It's gonna happen, but be safe about it. Be careful what you're doing. I think just being open and honest with your friends and parents will get you a lot farther than trying to be sneaky. Try to tell them your side of things. If they don't see it, if your friends don't see it, maybe consider finding someone else to be your friend. And I hope this video was kind of helpful, not too momish, not too, I don't know. Feel free to ask any additional questions or give any of your own advice in the comments down below. I'd love to see them, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!